myself, what a wonderful world.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I have actually recently put a few upgrades on the GoPro, and I'm now going to switch to a couple of quick clips to explain what I've done, and I'll be back with you guys in 1 minute. So some of you might know that it was my birthday the other day, and from my family got a couple of presents which involved some for the YouTube channel. So here I've got the media mod which goes onto the GoPro. The main reason I wanted this was for all the ports. So you've got external mic port, you can plug it into your laptop from here, USB, I don't even know which one it is, there's too many to remember. But yeah, that's the main reason I wanted this, and the GoPro slides in there. All you've got to do to the GoPro is just take off this housing flap. It just pulls off. I've lost mine now because it pretty much lives in this. And all it does is slide in there, clicks in. There you go, you've got one bulky boy. So now that I've got all of these ports, I wanted to get an external microphone because this one's like, it only works when you're facing this side of the camera, then you have to switch it for this side. It's terrible. If some of you probably watched Marcus Hayes, he got one of these, and yeah, he didn't rate it. But I have got this Rode wireless mic. I will leave the link in the description box below. I've done a lot of research because there's a lot on the market, but all it simply does, plugs in there. It's got a little attachment there, and it just should just clip on really hard to do with one hand. There you go, then you just screw it down, and boom, that is what my GoPro looks like now. Yeah, really happy with that. I'll just turn it on for you guys so you can see that this mic does not affect the view at all. So there you go, so the mic doesn't go in front of it, and a lot of the ones that are on the market do. As you can see, it's already picking up my voice. I will show you how to do it. All you got to do is go across to preferences, go down to mods, and it basically, as soon as this connects in, see, look, standard mic's like a little bit grey. As soon as you plug it in, it brights up, and yeah, you just click standard mics. This is a standard mic. And yeah, so I'm not using a media mod microphone. I'm literally purely using it for these outputs, which might be a waste of money, but it's just the way I'm doing it. So yeah, that's the rig now. And also, all I have on mine is this, like, I think it's called like a Gorilla Grip. I'm not actually sure. I got it from Argos. That's the one I always use. But yeah, this is what I hold the GoPro with. Now with the new mic on and the media mod, so it's easier access. And also I can put the torch on this side if I want to. So yeah, really happy with this. The audio should be banging in this video. So, on with today's video. As you can see, out in the garage with a Mk2 Fiesta. And if some of you cast your eyes back to a video I made about 2 months ago now, I did mention that I've got some new wheels for the Mk2 Fiesta, and this did spark a bit of an outrage. As we all already know, my car is running banded steels. They are 6J wide. It's probably my most asked question about the car is about the wheels, and I'm personally in love with them. I just love the way they look on the car, but they do need a bit of TLC, and that's where these new set of wheels come in. So a couple of months ago, I was browsing eBay, as any car enthusiast does, looking for bargains, and I come across some really nice wheels for only £100, and they've just been freshly refurbed as well. I couldn't miss the opportunity, and knowing that I needed to get the banded steels off for a bit of TLC, I jumped at the chance and went to pick them up. So the goal for today's video is to get off my banded steels and swap the tyres over and put them on my new wheels, show you guys the new wheels and see what you think. I personally won't be sticking with them, and I might even sell them on. And the third thing is give them banded steels a good shot blast, show you guys the condition of them, seal up the welds, and then finally get them professionally painted. So without further ado, the first job is to take off the banded steels and get the car loaded up so I can swap over the tyres onto my new wheels tomorrow. Also, one last thing, the audio should be crisp clear, so let me know if you've actually noticed a difference. If you haven't, it's not to worry, but I think the GoPro looks a lot cooler now, and yeah, I'm trying to improve the videos as we progress through my YouTube career. Right, let's get these banded steels off and treat them to a bit of TLC that they've been craving. you might be wondering why I've kept you all on a cliffhanger as to what wheels these are, and I've actually not kept you on that much of a cliffhanger. Have a look at a couple of these clips, and yeah, I've been putting these right underneath your nose and no one's noticed. And you can hear them. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Right, so it is the next day, and I think by now I should tell you what wheels I've actually chosen to put on the Mk2 temporarily. So here we have them. Now, I've only ever known these wheels as snowflake wheels. Apparently they were an optional extra. As I say, my knowledge about them is a little bit limited. I'm sure people can fill me in with all the different specifications, but I do know they do come in different sizes, and I have picked up the 13-inch ones. I think I previously mentioned at the start of this video how cheap I purchased these for, and I'm not going to go into detail, but I won them on an auction on eBay, had no reserve, and I did pick them up at a very, very good price. Let's just say I bought 4 of these wheels for what one of them is going for at the moment. So a few other bits to note on these wheels is they've actually just had a fresh refurb, as you can see, brand new paint, and on the inside as well, which I love. So overall, these wheels are in pristine condition, and as previously mentioned, I couldn't miss the opportunity. They are still on my Yokohama A539s. All I've done was swap the tyres from my banded steels to these ones, seeing as I'm only going to be rocking them for a month or so while I work on the steels. There's really not much more left to say about these wheels. Just remember, these are temporary, but I do want to know your opinions, because I know quite a lot of people love the banded steels. And yeah, do you reckon I should keep these, or would you go with my idea of using these temporary while I perfect the banded steels? Let me know in the comment section below. So I'm going to finish my Dr Pepper, and then I'll crack on with getting these on the Mk2 Fiesta, and we'll get out of the garage and see what it looks like with them on. I've finally got the wheels fitted to the Mk2. I want to know everyone's opinions, because I certainly know mine, and I'm actually not going to express that in this video, so I don't want to leave any room for opinions being biased. I will be letting you guys make your own decision without me saying my opinion. But as I did say at the start of this video, these are only temporary while we work on the banded steels, and I think we'll have a bit more of a in-depth talk about them now. So here are the banded steels in question. If you don't know a lot about these already, I got them banded when I was rebuilding the underneath and rear end of the Mk2 last summer during lockdown. There was a couple of issues that I'll quickly skim over. So the first thing was the paintwork on these. It's just really bad. They didn't prep them. I even paid them an extra £15 to shop blast these before painting. So yeah, the paintwork is no good. Due to the paintwork being rubbish on these, it didn't take long for these to rust. I've got my torch here, and hopefully we're going to be able to pick up some of the rust. Basically, they're just rusting in here because they weren't prepped properly or painted. What I'll do is I'll get a couple of good pictures on my iPhone and whack them in over the top of this video. So we've got paint, which is one issue, the rust that's coming through, which is another issue, and also they leak air. So where these were banded, they actually do leak air slightly. I had to seal this one up because this one was the one that was going down the quickest. This would go flat within a day, and I put some silicone on it and that seemed to work. But what I'm going to do is, while they're off and I want to get these perfect now, I'm going to strip off this old sealant and take the welds back to bare metal. Then I'm going to buy some Tiger Seal and put that over the top of the welds to stop any more air leaking out of them in the future. So that's 3 issues. I'm not going to bore you guys to tears because there's only one more left, and that was the inside of these wheels. They were actually meant to be painted as well, however they didn't do that either, and as you can see, they're just weathered now, and they're also starting to rust in these crevices, which hopefully I'll be able to sandblast away in preparation for them to get their new spray job. When I made the video about the stills last year, I said I wasn't going to name the company, and since that day I've kept my word. I won't name the company who done this to me because they did actually refund me the full amount for the paint job. Saying that, it does leave me in a little bit of a sticky situation when people ask me where I got my wheels banded, and if you really want to know what company to avoid, just give me a message and I will let you know. I don't go plastering it over social media or my YouTube, purely because I don't want a bad reputation for slating companies, and this could have been just a one-off. But overall, these wheels really did need to come off the Mk2 in preparation for show season 2021, because I want these to be gleaming as they're one of the main features on the Mk2. The plan of action for these wheels is I'm going to try and sandblast them with my little sandblaster. Right, so it's been a minute since I picked up the camera, and I was meant to be sandblasting these banded steels, but I did occur a couple of problems. The first one being that it's so time consuming. This little patch here took me 3 hours to do, so for me to do all of the wheels inside and out, it would have been 3 or 4 days worth of work constantly with a sandblaster, so I decided to knock that idea on the head. Also, the other reason why I had to stop is because the small little DIY sandblaster gun I had actually broke, so I need to get another one of them. They are brilliant for small items and doing engine components, stuff like that, but for big objects such as these wheels, it was going to take me too long and it just wouldn't have been worth it. So the other day I was searching on the internet for local places to me that do sandblasting and powder coating, and I come across a place called Blast Coat, and they are about 15 minutes from me, so very local. I rung them up and they give me a really good quote. They're saying £60 for each wheel. They say they blast them inside and out, back to bare metal, then they coat them, then they powder coat them to the colour of your choice, and that sounded really good to me. So all I've done in preparation to take them down is remove the rubber valves out of the steels, and that's how I'm going to leave them. I'm going to go down there now. I have actually got one other thing that I need to quickly show you. The other weekends I was scrolling through Facebook and a bloke called Robbie with another Mk2 posted these wheel caps, steel caps, whatever you want to call them, and they're in really good condition, and they actually are the right ones for my car. So the ones I was using before were a lot smaller, and yeah, I don't know what steels they were for, but they didn't fit flush, and I was always worried I was going to lose them because they didn't fit tightly on the wheels at all. And when I go down to Blast Coat in a minute, I'm going to get them to powder coat these 4 caps with the exact same colour that the steels are going, and that'll create a more original look. So without further ado, let's get these wheels loaded in the Mk2 and take a trip down there and see what's going on. Right, so just dropped the wheels off at Blast Coat. I didn't manage to film anything, but they seem really friendly, and I'm sure the steels are in good hands now. I would have liked to film a little bit, but I was too busy chatting, so when I pick the steels up, I'll make sure I record a little bit, and maybe we'll even be able to have a look inside. But that's about it for this video. Let me know what you think of the wheels. I want to know your opinions, because I certainly know mine, and I'll reveal that in the next Mk2 video.
Remember, if you did enjoy the video, give it a like. If you like what you see, subscribe to the channel to see more. Thanks for watching, and until the next one, I'll see you guys later.
Come on, GoPro, being a bit slow.
Cool. Yeah, stuff like that's always gonna happen. The front and the... They said